Hi, my name is Rachel Roberts. I am a junior at Auburn University studying nutrition and dietetics, and I'm set to graduate in May of 2026. I am from Madison, Alabama. So, I originally was attending Calhoun Community College. I went there for my first 2 years because I had a scholarship, and I was originally going to do a physical therapist assistant program, which was an associate's degree. But then I decided that that wasn't for me, and I transferred to Auburn, and I chose to do nutrition and dietetics. Some relevant work experience that I have that relates to this is I am currently a group fitness instructor here at Auburn. So I teach yoga, and last semester I taught hip hop kickboxing, which is kind of like a dance based format. Some other relevant work experience is that I worked food service for many, many years. So I actually worked at Walt Disney World. I got to do an internship with them, which was the Disney College program. And I got placed in a food service role in Animal Kingdom, which was super awesome, super cool. They were they had very high expectations for us, so we had to have very perfected standards in the kitchen to make sure that we were having adequate times on all the foods and making sure that we were being safe and allergy friendly because there are just so many people who come to Walt Disney World. I've also been in a couple other roles, so I work over the summers at a tea house. So the tea house there, I get to be back of house and front of house. So in the back of house, I'm baking, helping to make food, um, and then when I come to front of house, I get to interact with all of the guests. So we have 3 different tea times. So each tea time is about an hour long, and we just really want to make sure that it's a pleasant experience for all of our guests because they will book it months in advance. So it's kind of a big deal to make sure that we're being very professional when we talk to them and just making it a fun experience for them to have with their friends. It is kind of like a nicer, dressier event. So both of these experiences have really, in food service, have taught me excellent guest service and just making sure that I'm doing a good job. I would like to pursue a career in dietetics, mostly because I think it kind of correlates with what I do with yoga. So, kind of that wellness aspect, preventative healthcare. So, I think with your diet, if you're eating properly, you can prevent a lot of diseases later on down the line. My mom's side of the family has a lot of issues with diabetes, cardiovascular disease, lots of things that can be a little bit more preventable with good diet and exercise. Same thing with yoga. I would ideally like to incorporate the two together later on in my career, but I think yoga is kind of the same way. You can really just help heal your body actively before the problems start. I would also be interested in treating the problems, after they have occurred. But I think just the whole entire wellness, you can do it yourself, self-efficacy, confidence to be able to help yourself. I really think that's important for people, and I think that's why I want to get into the field. With my career, I would like to start out in clinical just because I think I need some experience with making hard cut decisions and just being really confident in the choices that I'm making, especially in a faster paced environment. I think that is one of my weaker areas that I would like to work on. After I've kind of accomplished that with the whole clinical area, I would like to move into more of a private practice. I think that things are a little bit more beneficial when it's one-on-one or in a smaller group, so I would like to move there eventually. The UAB Coordinated Masters in Dietetic Internship program is really appealing to me just because of their clinical focus. I think, as I mentioned earlier, that's something that I really want to dabble in and just kind of gain some confidence in. I also appreciate that they have rotation sites in Huntsville, Alabama. That is kind of where I'm hoping to end up in my later career, so I would like to begin to start establishing some future connections with employers or with other workers as well, or people who are in the field. Some of my biggest strengths are that I'm very organized and that I work hard and that I'm not afraid to get constructive feedback. So a good example of this would be with my yoga classes. I have a lot of recurring participants and a lot of them have given me feedback. Generally, it's positive, but I've also received some constructive criticism, which I really enjoy and I appreciate and value because I think that it makes me a better instructor. So I think that I have a good mindset when it comes to that. Also, I think that I'm very organized, so I actually have a calendar that I use all the time, every day, even on the weekends. I put everything in that calendar. I mean, even if it is months away, I will put it in my calendar. So I really enjoy also the process of just physically checking off that list. So I think that those are good qualities to have as well. Being a dietitian, just because I think it's a good skill to have, you know, when dealing with people and clients and all the workload that comes with it. Overall, I think I would be a great candidate for the UAB program because I like to work hard and I'm not afraid of a challenge. I would like to thank you so much for viewing this application, and I hope to speak with you soon. Thank you.